So hello guys, today in this episode we have a special guest on our show, Mr. Alex Llull. He's a content creator and an audience building expert. So let's dive into his mind and see the video.
So hello guys, welcome back to the Subham show. So today we have a special guest on our show, Mr. Alex Llull. So welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah. So people who are watching you for the first time, I would request you to give your quick introduction to the audience.
Yeah, okay. I'm Alex. I'm based in Spain. I'm a content creator, also like freelance marketer. I help other creators with their social media strategies, social media content, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's basically it.
So in your Twitter bio, it is written that lost job and found tutor. So
Yeah.
what impact Twitter has created in your life?
Yeah. So basically, more or less 1 year ago, I was fired from my previous work. I used to work at advertising agencies, like creating campaigns and content for big brands and stuff like that. And because of COVID, it was a hard hit here in Spain. So they closed and they fired everyone. So basically, I didn't know what to do. So I started. I found, I knew I wanted to create a personal brand. So that's why I got into social media and so on. And Twitter was the easiest way for me to do it. It was like the perfect platform. It was exactly what I was looking for.
So you write a lot about consistency. So what makes you keep going? What makes you keep consistent?
Yeah, so sometimes it's hard because like there are days that you don't feel like writing or making videos or stuff like that that much. But like just keeping in mind that it's not like it's not a work thing. It's more like for me it's fun. So that's why I think I have been able to keep going for now over a year. If it wasn't fun, I would probably have just stopped doing it.
Yeah. So how you can grow on Twitter? So I've seen you have grown very fast. So what's the strategy you have used behind it?
Yeah, basically it's writing about what you are interested in. The thing is that you don't need to be an expert to write about this anything, basically, because it seems that a lot of people don't tweet because they feel that they don't know enough, and that's super wrong. Like you should just write about what you are interested in. Your beginner's perspective can be super interesting for other people too. So basically, that's one of the main things. Like I've been writing about what I like every day. I like social media. I like content. I like how creators can use those things to generate for their business, for their products, like traffic there. So that's the main thing is like I enjoy what I write. So that's why I think one of the keys is that you need to enjoy what you write, because if you are successful, you are going to be doing it for a very, very long time. So you might as well enjoy it, because otherwise you will just burn out.
Yeah. So let me tell you one thing. Psychology says that when you write, writing reduces stress. So
Mhm.
what impact writing has created in your life?
For me, it's a thing of clarity. So when I don't know, like my ideas are a bit, like a mess, I just write down and try to put some order into it, and that's how I find like clarity and direction. That's what writing has been doing for me since I started doing it like every day.
Yeah. And people misunderstood one thing, which is they misunderstood between writing and typing. You should
Mhm.
write, not type. So what
Yeah,
do you think about this?
yeah, that's a good one. I never heard it before, because it's true that anyone, basically, or not anyone, but almost everyone in the world knows how to write, but they don't know how to write like with intention, no, which is the key. So we learn how to write since we are little, but we don't learn how to write with intention. That's something that you need to learn on your own, probably, because they don't teach it at schools. They don't teach it at most universities. So it's something that you learn with experience.
Like people who are starting out to write, what advice you want to give?
Yeah, it's just that don't overthink it too much. For me, it's one of the biggest pains in writing is thinking about it too much. Like, oh, so this piece of writing needs to be perfect. And for me, I am more on the idea that perfect doesn't exist. It's always like something that we keep chasing, but you never get to it. So it's just like, just write something, publish it, and keep going. And that's the only way to get better. If you never publish, if you never get it out there, you will never know if it's good or bad.
So one advice I would like to give is that uh, take a notebook, take a pen in your hand, and just start writing about whatever you want, your area of interest, anything. And if you do it every day, it will keeps on getting better every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Someone
So
told me, I don't remember who it was, that like most writers are like the people that write a lot. They every day, like the first thing they do is to write anything that comes into mind, and that's how your like bad writing comes out,
yeah.
and then the good ideas and the good writing can come. But first, you need to let go of the bad writing.
So what's the best piece of advice you have ever had?
I don't know. Probably it's not like that much Twitter related or marketing related. It's more like life
Yeah.
related,
Yeah.
and
I'm
it's
I, I'm
to yeah,
uh,
yeah.
uh,
Tell me.
asking about life only.
Cool. So basically, it's to get out of your comfort zone as much as you can, because we live in like this bubble of things that we are comfortable in, and the real growth only happens once you get out of that comfort zone. So, for example, I am a bit I don't want to say introvert, but I am like a shy person, and for me it was super terrifying to start tweeting. Like I was like, what will people think about me? What will people like my friends or my family? And it's just a matter of I did it, and now thanks to that I have a business, I can sell products, I have like an audience that I can talk to. So if I had never started tweeting, I will still be like, I don't know, maybe looking for a job or something like that.
Yeah, so due to COVID, you lost your job. So what do you think? What will be the post COVID era,
So what do you mean,
like after
like the
COVID?
opportunity?
After COVID,
Mhm.
what impact Earth will notice, world will notice?
Yes. So I think there's a lot of things are more obvious. For example, like remote work or working from your home or from wherever you are. It's easier because companies are understanding that it doesn't affect that much your, like your output every day. Also, more entrepreneurs or people that are forced, like me, for example, to start a business, because otherwise they don't have anything. Like the job market is not that good. It wasn't that good a few months before. I think now it's starting to pick up again because people are starting to get vaccinated and all of that. So I think normal life will come sooner or later. But yeah.
So, like, how do you make money? What are
So
your sources of making
mhm.
money?
So the main one is freelance services. So I do social media consulting, social media strategy, also content creation for some people. So basically, that's the main one, I would say. Then the second income is products, digital products. So selling courses, selling ebooks is what I have experimented with. I mean, I haven't done anything super big yet, but it's in my plans for like the next couple of months and years, hopefully. And I would say that those are the two main ones. And then I've done a bit of affiliate earnings with some products that I really like, and like I just reach out to the creator and say, okay, I'm recommending this product, but if you have like an affiliate link, then even better. So like we both win something. But the main ones are like the freelance and the products.
So in Twitter, I have noticed that networking through networking your account grow. So what's the process behind networking? Like what's the best trick to network?
So for me, it's like not to not don't make an ask the first time you are reaching out to someone that you don't know, because they will think that you just want something out of them. So first time that you reach out to someone, you should be like genuinely interested in them, in what they do, or ask them, like, oh, I love this tweet, or how did you come up with this idea or this thread, or I love your product, blah blah blah. And that's how you start the conversation. And then if the conversation goes well, then you can ask for opinions and so on. So I have a lot of people ask me. They don't even say hi. They say, hey, can you I don't know, check my profile and give me some advice? And of course I can do it, but I won't if I don't know you, because first I have other things to do. I have, I don't have that much free time. And second, I usually charge for this kind of stuff. So I can do it for you if I know you. I don't have any issues with doing it, and I won't charge you anything because you are like an acquaintance or like a person that I know. But if I don't know you about for anything, then it's highly unlikely that I do it.
So, are there any quotes or any life lessons that you live by or think often?
That's a good one. Like referring back to the life
Yeah.
advice thing, it's for me the first one is like seek discomfort. It's also like a brand that comes from a YouTube channel called Yes Theory. So if you don't know it, I recommend you check it out, because it's a group of guys that basically they get out of their comfort zone all the time, and they create it like this kind of tag, like so people are more aware of the things that can happen out of your discomfort zone.
So, one thing which is very common in writers, which is that the people who write more read also more. So, any 5 book recommendation you would like to give? Then I will say about mine.
Yeah, for me, the one of the best books I read and one of the most inspiring is Still Like an Artist, by Austin Kleon. I think it's how you pronounce the name. So it's a book that just talks about how no idea is original, how we are all like building on top of other ideas, and how stealing from other people like content ideas or stuff like that is not wrong. It's just you just need to do it like the right way. So that was super inspiring for me, and it's a great book. It's easy to read. It doesn't have like many pages, so yeah.
More like any 5 recommendations.
Any what? Sorry.
Any five.
Five. So
Yeah.
five. I don't know if I can if I have like 5 books to like anything by Austin Kleon. I think he has 3 books. So one is Still Like an Artist, the other one is Show Your Work, and the other one I don't remember the name, but it's also like quite good. One that I haven't read in full, but it's super. Some parts are super interesting. Is the Atomic Habits, which is like a
Yeah.
super
It's my favorite.
cliche. It's super cliche book to recommend, but it's because it's super good, in my opinion. So, for example, the idea of like the 1% better every day, it's super that it resonated a lot with me, and
Yeah.
like other ideas around that book is super interesting. So that's a great read too. I probably like almost everyone by now has read that book, but yeah, I don't know if I can come up with
So for
anything
me, three
else.
books which has created great impact in me is one is Atomic Habits for sure, and the second one is Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. I don't know if you know Tim Ferriss or not.
Yeah,
And
I know him, but I haven't read only the 4 hour work week.
yeah, and the third one is the Almanac of Naval Ravikant.
Hmm. That one I have it on my to read list too, because I think it's. I mean, Naval has like super like profound and deep ideas and stuff like that. So it's one on my to do. So if you recommend it, then I will have to read it.
Yeah, so Naval was the first person which made me come in Twitter. So I've seen his tweet in other social media, and because his how to get rich thread blew up suddenly,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he was the person behind everything. So
yeah.
what is the secret of building your brand?
So I mean, the first one is super cliche, but it's like being consistent. So if you don't show up every day, there is no way that people recognize you. So a brand needs to be recognizable. So basically, if you're not there on people's minds or eyes every day, then there is no brand to be built. And then another thing that I also use and that I encourage people to do is the color. So I have like this yellow orange color in my profile picture, and I use the same color for usually every piece of content that I post as a background.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's super, like it's super easy to recognize that the picture comes from me. And even some people have told me that they didn't remember by name, but they remember the color. And once they saw it again, they started following me because they remember that the content was good, but at the time they didn't follow for whatever reason. And like finding that orange yellow thing they said, okay, so this is like the orange guy.
Yeah. So I think is that the secret of building a personal brand is building a community. So if you can build your community, you can automatically build your personal brand. So what's the secret behind building community?
I think that most people focus on getting a lot of followers or a lot of like people inside your community, but what's important is people that are active. So engagement is way more important than having followers. If you have 10,000 followers but your tweets get 10 likes, then you are doing something wrong, because those people are not following you for your content. I don't know why they are following you, but it's not for your content. So that's the same with building a community. It's better to have like 50 engaged members that participate and help each other out and that share resources and so on, than to have 1,000 and that only three people or three persons speak
Yeah.
on the community. I mean, I've seen both things. So
So what's the idea behind the self club?
yeah, so basically, I really like the stealing thing, because I also think, as the Still Like an Artist book, that there are no original ideas. We are all like building and repeating stuff that had been previously published and so on. So the idea was to have like an email list where I can share way more long content that I do on Twitter, because on Twitter I do tweets and threads, but it's not the same. That's like way more in depth. And what I do is pick one creator and analyze how they use social media, and then extract like insights and see and explain how other people can apply it to their own content. So it's called the Steal Club, because we use it as a, we are stealing from them, but it's really just like analyzing those people, and that's it. We are not really stealing anything.
Yeah. So what do you think? What makes a person successful, and what comes in your head when you first hear the word successful?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because success is not the same for everyone. Obviously, like for some people might be making a lot of money, for others might be, I don't know, uh, buying a Ferrari, something like that. For me, it's more like having full control of my time. So if I have a business that I manage, and I mean, I don't have any bosses or anything, and I can, for example, if I want to go on a vacation, I can go, or if I have to go to the doctor in the middle of the day, I can go, and I don't need to ask anyone's permission for that. Or if for whatever reason I need to take one day in the middle of the week to do something, I can do it. So that's for me like the success, and I'm starting to doing it. I'm not that really on that place, but I mean, I'm getting there, and for me that's like this flexibility or freedom, time freedom. I think it would be like success for me.
So, what do you think? What will be the future of social media? So, what happened is that everyone thought Facebook is the next big thing. Then Instagram came. Then everyone thought Instagram is the next big thing. Then again, Clubhouse came, and now TikTok also came. So, what do you think? What will be the future of social media?
I think that there is always like the next big thing. I mean, there will be always something new coming, but there are some platforms that will like stay there for, I don't know if forever, but for a long time. And Twitter is definitely one of them, because they are also making a lot of changes to favor creators and to make people stay more time on the platform. So I think they are going on the right direction. Instagram is with, like they're trying to compete directly with TikTok, and I don't know if they will succeed, but yeah, like there is always the next big thing. But when something, like for example Clubhouse, they had like a super huge rise, but like almost nobody now uses Clubhouse. So you know what makes the social media, I think, successful is when they are like, they have like a lot of users for 5, 4, 6, 10 years, like Twitter, like Facebook, like Instagram now. TikTok, we will see in 3, 4 years. If they are still around, then it's successful. But like something new can come and kill TikTok too. I don't think so, but it could happen too. So
So, you talk more about building your business. So, why do you need? What do you think? Why it is necessary to build business, your own business?
yeah. So basically, I mean, it really depends. There are a lot of people that they are like super. You shouldn't get like a regular job. Try to build your business. I'm not like that. Like I'm like, if you enjoy and you are comfortable with your own regular job, then why should you leave that? For me, building a business is just because I have more control over what I do, or what I don't do, and more control over my time. But at the same time, is way more pressure, because you don't have like the security of getting paid after each month. You don't have a security of, I don't know, like having health insurance or stuff like that. So you need to manage a lot, way more things on your own. So it has a lot of good things, but also a lot of not so good things.
Yeah. So one thing Naval has taught everyone is that um, when it is important to build your business, because in job what happens is that you rent your time. So you give your time, and people pay for your time. So while the reason behind doctors also get rich is that they start their own business. Like doctors can't get rich by without starting their own business. So that's the reason why it is necessary to build a business.
Yeah, interesting.
So last question I would like to ask you is that what will be like to look back at in your deathbed?
Into what? Sorry.
In your deathbed.
For me, it will be like to have just, as I told you, like freedom of, like to make sure that I lived a life where I did mostly whatever I wanted, in the sense of what I told you, like time freedom. If I have kids someday, then that I get to spend like a lot of time with them. I'm not like that typical father that goes out of home at 8 and comes back at 10 when the kids are asleep. So like those kind of things are the things that I think about the most. So being able to spend a lot of time with, like your wife, your kids, your friends, and your family. So that for me is like a successful, like life, probably.
So thank you, Alex, for being on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching out the podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next one.